Are we starting now?
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 4:06. I'll do roll call. Sherry,
Here.
Sis asked to be excused last meeting. She was gonna be out of town. Perla, here. Mike,
Here.
Braden,
Here.
Amy, myself, here. And then Mary Shinkler. Anybody here for her?
I motion to unexcuse that one.
Second.
So motion by Sherry and second by Mike. Or unexcused. First on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the April 11th, 2024 special meeting. I did notice at the bottom of the minute, it says it was adjourned by Sherry and Cuban. So if we could just fix that. Yeah.
Oh.
This is online. Did you hear it?
Hey,
Hello, sis.
hi,
All right.
from Wisconsin.
Yep.
I think it's
I
like her.
think this.
That's what we're having. My audio worked yesterday on this. Was loud. Maybe because of Zoom.
Yeah, you should be able to, on your Zoom deal, there should be an audio.
Well, it's connected, the audio.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to turn it up.
You have it on the laptop, maybe change the speaker. Does the TV have speakers?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have a chance. They stopped. I get a second. And I was like, I have a free one.
You have to.
Have her
say something.
Hello.
There we go.
I can see and hear you guys. I'm fine.
Okay.
Well, we gotta hear you too.
I'll make the motion that we approve the minutes and fix the line item. Adjournment. That's it.
So approve, motion by Mike and then, second by Braden.
Do we vote on that or?
Oh, so vote. So Perla, gonna vote. The Braden person to vote.
For the minutes,
Yeah.
I say yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Yes.
And then yes. Okay, so next on the item is volunteer, so building a volunteer plan and promote how to become a volunteer. So I did put this on there and I thought it would be good that we kind of come up with a plan or something that we can help Mary get volunteers here. So I don't know if maybe talking with the schools, because I know a lot of kids need community service. Maybe they can help for T-ball and stuff like that, just to get more volunteers so we can have the place open and help. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts or if you guys have ideas on how to get more volunteers.
Probably we just need to ourselves get out there and publicly go speak to them. I mean, if you know someone at the school that you can talk to, get the parents to come in or whatever. Your swim team, your soccer, your the high school, just put the word out there that we need volunteers. Cause like Mary goes out and she puts out all the flyers and requests, and they say yes, but then they don't come in to do the paperwork, so what can you do? We can't twist their arm.
So we have packets, right, for volunteer? Maybe hand those out, like everybody can take some, and maybe if they know of somebody that wants to volunteer. Okay. We can get that.
And will the city allow us when the water bills go out? Would they allow to put like a flyer on the water bills and see if people want to volunteer?
You'd probably have to talk to Jackie to create that. I think Jackie creates some flyers.
I mean, people get water bills once a month, so they should be able to.
Yeah.
That would be,
I don't,
Yeah, I'm not sure when the last time it was, an insert was put in.
yeah. But if it could be done, that'd be great.
no, I pay city water, it's just I don't get a bill because it mine's all online, so I just.
Yeah, so it'll be.
They know they at the high school, they do like for freshmen, or they do like little events. So maybe like holding a table there, and I don't mind volunteering and like kind of explaining what Parks and Recs do and handing out flyers to say we need volunteers.
So I go to the job fairs
Mhm.
already. I go to the job fairs and when I get invited to the high school one. And, last year I went to the conferences at CK because I was invited to those. So I do take all my stuff that I have going on to those. And then I am in contact with the high school, P Club, Christina Peabody and, Miguel. So there's another person I talked to. So I'm in contact with them.
I just wanted to say too, if you have those flyers, you can hand it to Jackie and they can put it on that reader board that we have at Walmart, that sign. And then it just,
I was just gonna ask, yeah.
Which gives a lot of public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them, the ones I create, there's too much detail, so I have to create something different.
Does the
So
city
double-
have it on their
double work.
website? But sometimes they have What's Up Sunnyside. Do they, the city,
That would also be from Jackie, but yeah, that same flyer could also.
I have it, I put, well, not the volunteer flyer. I mean, I put it out there already that I do need volunteers. And it is on my Facebook for the community center.
but yeah, that reader board would be perfect.
Okay, and then the second thing I wanted to do is work on Facebook, kind of just put more information on there. I did look at Grandview and they have something like this, and it shows like every day they have like something to do. So I thought maybe if we did on Facebook or Instagram, or even like post something like this on our social media, so people know exactly what's going on.
But we don't have the access to the Facebook for the city.
So
That's
Jackie, if you send that stuff to Jackie, she's able to put it up.
Is that a possibility that we can do, or?
Talk to Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, they can give it to you. give it
Oh,
to-
yeah, you can send it to me and I'll pass it over to Jackie.
Okay, so we'd have to send it to you first and then send it to Jackie.
I can pass this on to them, like, they have Zumba, so I thought maybe we could do like a Zumba, talk to Raquel, because she does do Zumba from hairpin, so maybe do like a Zumba night.
Does she have her Zumba license?
I think so, because she did go to class.
She does have her Zumba license.
Okay. Yeah, because I know she did,
I know that was one thing that they told me. If I did bring in Zumba, they had to have their license. They couldn't.
not do it.
They couldn't just say it was Zumba,
Mhm.
because I guess the Zumba company looks out for that and then starts.
Another thing I thought would be like connecting with the high school, so maybe like Miss Sunnyside could come in and do like, we could do a reading session, like reading with the princess, and they can do either read a book or do some crafts, or come and shoot hoops with the basketball team, or just have people here for kids. So I know there was like, when there's no school, I'd like to see like something going on for the kids to be able to come and do stuff. So if we can get more activities, but that does come with volunteer, we would need the volunteers.
Yeah.
So are we taking out the summer program from the gym?
No, just like adding, like when there's not summertime, when you have your, like right now, like what activities do we have?
None, because we close at 4.
So we need to really see what we can do about the hours for that. Because if you close at 4, the kids are all in school, they need stuff after school.
But if this can be, school's almost out for this year. And so it would be during the summertime. And then, but plus too, you have to realize, I mean, because like I have control over at the senior center. And I have activities in there, but it's up to me to get there and unlock and lock and make sure that everything's working fine. And I don't get paid. This is all on my volunteer hours, and I do 80 to 100 hours of free volunteerism at the senior center a month. Mary gets paid, and she has her allotted time frame. So unless, you know, she can be allotted more time, you know, she's kind of stuck here. She, you know, she has a time frame that she can only work at.
That's why we need to go and get more volunteers to help. So that way she can still do what she needs to do, and we have the volunteers over.
But even having the volunteers, you still need that responsible person that will open and close. And that she has to be paid on the clock. That's a must. You know, because the union's not gonna let her do it for free.
Or
And
they-
then,
when they
yeah,
hire the next person, then maybe you visit all the time.
Would it be, I remember going, I think we were having this conversation in council, about revisiting hours of operation. I think Jameson had mentioned something like that. And then this other position is coming up as well, so I don't know how all of that works. I'm not trying to make a decision, just big disclaimer here. But I know that it is a possibility to come together and try to figure out what works best for our community in terms of hours of operation for the community center, because at the end of the day, the community center is here to serve our community. And we have to make sure that whoever's working in the community center is going to and establishing the hours around that. Obviously, we're not going to have it open till midnight, but you know, something within reason. But maybe that's just a conversation that needs to happen at a higher level. If that's, you know, including Rob, Jameson, obviously Mary, and then the new position, since it's now, I don't know if it's been posted or not, but and then Lucia, right? So we can maybe come together and have that type of conversation. Then, and it would probably be good to start it now, because I mean, we're now going to be looking into summer, but then, you know, kids are going to resume school again, and then those hours are going to change. But just a thought of, but just inserting a comment or just a brief conversation that we were having in council about all of this a couple meetings ago. And it's on you. Y'all can go back and watch it.
So in regards to that, you're right. I mean, that has been discussed in the council meetings as far as the hours of operation for the community center and making it available for the public longer hours. Yes, right now with the staff that we have, they have a set amount of hours, and we have to work around. They're also union, which we have to work around that, which also their wages are based on a budget that was already set for the year. And so that would put it into overtime, which then that's another topic that ends up throwing everything off. So yes, with the new position that we've been talking about, the idea of that is to help staff those longer hours. We don't have that say yet, so I don't want to say, but it's good to have these programs already talked about and have an idea of what we're gonna do, so that we can get those, we have something already in plan, but, once, and again, at this point, it has been, already advertised, it's gone in-house, I think it'll close tomorrow. So that's the first stage, which we have to do as part of the union. We open it up in-house, we allow a week, depending who applied, we won't know till at the end of tomorrow's workday. And then depending how that goes, then it'll go out if no one did apply, or depending, you know, if whoever applied meets minimum qualifications. If no one did, then we would have to go out, allow whatever amount of time that needs to be done, go through the interview stage. And then if it's someone that's already working somewhere, then they're gonna have to give their notice, that could be a couple weeks. So we may at best see someone maybe towards end of June. Maybe earlier, depending if somebody from inside applied and they qualified. And then at that point, then we would have those, what we're wanting to do with the hours going in. The union would be aware, this is the intent, this is to help the community, because we want, yes, we want the center to be available, but we have to have it staffed. So yes.
And volunteerism is very, very important. I agree 100%, you know, because you have to have those volunteers, like for a T-ball coach pitch. I'm 70 years old. I stepped up because she needed coaches.
Yeah.
I got a 15-year-old, she's gonna help me out. She's gonna volunteer. Okay, and whether she wanted to or not, she's gonna volunteer because that's what I'm going to be teaching her, you know. But you have to have those volunteers, and if we can't get those volunteers, there's no way Mary, Lisa, Perla, you, me, we can all come together and do all these activities that we want to do in the time frame that we're allowed. I mean, we're just kind of strapped down, you know, unless we can get volunteers in there.
How does, like right now, the way that everything center is open till 4, but and I'm just talking out loud. Would they think that they could maybe let the staff offset times when they come in? So one will come in a certain time in the morning and then they'll close later because they've offset hours. I don't know how that works through you.
Yeah, if the contract doesn't read that way, you can't, yeah, you're not gonna be able to just stagger like that. But with a new position, because it's coming in as a new, it wasn't a previous job description that we already had, that was already said, it is a new position coming in, new, and so we can create that so that it's, the hours are going to be from whatever to whatever to help with those hours that we're talking about. Obviously in the summer, kids are out and you can do some of that during the day, but especially in the winter when it's dark by 5 o'clock and kids have nothing to do, it'll help with some stuff because the community center will be open. But again, once we get that position filled, then obviously until then, we're kind of just, it is good now to talk about things that we can get for that. But a lot of it, like you're saying, is it's gonna take volunteers to run that person isn't gonna be able to run that stuff that you're talking about, but it will be available to have the community open for some of these volunteers to be able to run some programs.
Right.
And we have to have a city employee on duty and safe if we want to go past 4 o'clock, but we have a volunteer that's willing to keep it open and stuff. We have to have a city employee on also. So
For the building,
For the building, yeah, and just to kind of oversee what's going on, I mean, just also for, I mean, insurance reasons and just having somebody, it needs to be staffed.
Does it really need to be staffed? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I remember when we were talking and you mentioned that if you want to stay after hours, they just need to pass a background check? And then-
18 and over. It's
18
over.
and over?
18 and over is open gym because it's 18. We can't have kids in here after hours. And they have to, yeah, they have to have a backup.
How do they do that then with these tournaments, like, and we're talking the school district? But do they have, I mean, these tournaments that run through the wrestling and all that, is there an official from the? school
They
there?
sign a contract and they take the liability.
Could we do something like that here, where parents sign a liability contract?
Go for it.
That's something-
I mean, it's something you could try, but I don't see a parent taking on that responsibility. I mean, because it's kind of like having a dog at large, you know, you have to have that extra $10,000 home insurance just for that dog because, you know, of the type of dog they are, you
Or
know.
what if we were to host an event where parents are also welcome to stay?
I would hope they would stay if you've got the kids here that are under 18, but you know.
Yeah, like
Maybe-
some of these ideas are really great, you know, like the reading with the princess,
Mhm.
and parents can come and stay with their children and be a part of that new memory where princesses are reading a book and taking photos, and it could be something that's for the community, and we wouldn't need that liability waiver, or we wouldn't need that city employee to be here at all times. Whereas, let's say Amy wanted to volunteer and she says, I'm responsible to open up and lock up, and then her background check passes, how would that work? Could we do something like that?
Well, because the door is open though, and you're reading in the gym and everything else, if somebody else comes in, who's watching that? Who's keeping an eye on the door, because it's open to anybody that comes in. You're running your own program inside the gym, and that's what you're taking liability for, but the doors are open for something else. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm sure but there has to be some kind of protocol that we have to follow. Because as a city, it needs to be safe for whoever is here, and we just want to make sure it's safe, but we also want to make sure that the building itself, the facility is also, in case something happens, just like we're talking about, taking on, some kind of, whether it's some sort of an agreement with insurance or something that's holding someone accountable if something was to happen, because again, depending on the event, there may be 20, 30 people, somebody has to be watching, kids are kids.
Yeah.
No, that's just the way it is.
Well, maybe
So
we-
what if, we create an email with the list of ideas and plans that we have for 2024, 2025. Email the insurance contact lady and your attorney. They can look at our list of what our goals are and our mission is, and they can tell us, you guys can do this, but this is required.
Right.
This is okay, but these are things I need.
Yeah.
And that way we can plan accordingly around the laws and rules that are
Yeah,
here to
exactly.
protect the
And
community
that's
center.
basically how we can work around that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there needs to be some sort of, policy basically
yeah.
set to help guide us.
So once
Okay,
we have that
can't
green
just-
light from the insurance, because the insurance stopped a lot of events from happening and a lot of ideas throughout the year. I remember last year, there was a couple of volunteers that came in with a lot of ideas, but they were all shut down. Even when Gwen was here, they were all shut down from the attorney. They
Right.
could not do certain things. I wasn't even allowed. Because they had situations of, and you gotta think insurance liability. She would bring up like, if you're doing something in the gym and something happens in the bathroom, are you gonna take the liability? And I was like, no, I don't want to, but would that fall on me? And so of course she scared me, so those are the kind of things that we need them to give us the what ifs and give
Right.
us the approval, and then we can go work around that. And I think that would be the best thing. It'll just give us the green light, kind of a direction.
Yep, our insurance and our lawyers, exactly, because we want to do what we can, but we have to do it within the safety and the guidelines, so that everybody has a good time instead of getting sued.
Yeah.
Or, because it goes back to the community. We get sued if something happens, or it goes right back to the community now because of the loss. So,
And then plus you guys haven't think, I mean, because when this building reopened a couple years ago and Gwen was in here, she had to have a baseball bat by the door because she had people coming and banging on the windows and stuff, and the PD just couldn't get here fast enough for them to come and, you know. So, you know, it can be scary. I've had it happen over there at the senior center. Our back door is not real great. And we got all those neighbor kids or whatever, and these teenage boys decided they were gonna be funny. We were in there having a Lions meeting, and they decided to go boom, boom, boom on that door. I mean, talk about jumping, you know, you just kind of like, whoa. So it's kind
Quinn's bat's still there.
of,
Well, maybe we should try to,
I like Furley's idea.
No, I like the ideas, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, we can, yeah, as soon as we, get someone else and maybe we can start working on hours, I mean.
Sorry,
Ideas. Mhm.
I like that idea too. Sorry, I'm not in the room, y'all. I literally was coming back from Grandview and there was like an accident and like I thought it would just take me more time to go down to the community center than to just log on. But I'm here.
Or here.
But what was I gonna say? But I love that. I really love like coming together and then like, you know, creating that calendar like Perla mentioned. And then sending it off and see what we can get okayed and not get okayed, because there's so many great ideas out there, and I feel like we've been throwing it out there since as far as I can remember, since I started coming to Parks and Recs, and then just early this year. And then in terms of delegation though, so like the work can get pushed forward, who and when and who will come together to nail down this calendar?
I vote for Amy since she's the chair. We can bring her our ideas to her. She can put it together, present it to Mary, to present to Jackie, to Raul, and get to the insurance.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Amy, you think that's doable for you? And then
Yeah.
yeah, we can between now and then. Is this something that we want to have Amy do? But and then like when do we okay this with the group? Will it be not until the next meeting?
yeah, as you stated, if we wait till the next meeting, but we're only gonna, but this month is just about over,
Yeah,
so.
just in terms of timing, or is this something that we can also do via email with you all, the board?
I don't know, because then it's like a running meeting, right? So I think that maybe I can or individually people can send me their ideas and I can kind of put something together, send it to Mary, and then Mary can send it to everybody else. So that way it's not a running meeting. If everyone's okay with that.
I'm okay with thinking ideas. I like what you got listed here. I mean, those are all good events to try and do, and it'd be awesome to get them done.
Yeah, yeah. And sorry, I did log in like maybe 10 minutes late, but did y'all talk about like volunteering? Because I think that's what I heard when I logged on. Y'all were talking about volunteering.
Yeah.
Was
You want to
just
volunteer some more? Want to volunteer some more? We need more
Yeah.
volunteers.
I wish there was more hours in the day.
I know.
But did y'all like talk about like kind of revamping a volunteer campaign, kind of like a how to sign up to volunteer and the tracking system for our volunteers? Did y'all talk about that at all?
Not the tracking, but I did suggest maybe going to like the high school or.
Oh,
something
that's what you were
else,
talking about. Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
The water bills.
Or
Yeah.
adding it on the water bill, talking to Jackie and putting it on the water bill.
Oh,
And then
understood.
and the reader board.
I did catch some of that. Okay, got it. Yeah, makes sense now. Thank you for that.
Sis, do you have any questions or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Wake up, sis.
No, I'm here. I just, the whole volunteer thing it's always a tough one. And it almost has to be each person kind of reach out to someone. If we each got somebody, how many people would that be? We'd have, we'd have nine new people.
Yeah. True, sis. That's true. I love the outreach to the high school though. Amy, I think you brought up a good point at one time where it's like, some of these students do need community service hours, right? I don't know if think they're still
Yeah, they
doing that. Yeah, but since it's true, like if we committed to like 1 to 2 people each to bring them forward, that would also be a good tactic.
And then, so we already talked about calendar, event and platform, so we'll go to D, the vamping the website with all the information. Do we have a website or is it just the city website that we use?
We have, well, the city website and then we have the community center Facebook.
So we just have a Facebook, not like an actual like website?
Just the city of Sunnyside one,
Just the
that's
city of
everybody's.
Sunnyside? Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I know it says Sunnyside Community Center, but like then if people are looking for Parks and Recs, do they know to associate community center with Parks and Recs? 'Cause I know a lot of times people just type in like Parks and Recs, but will it come up?
It does, but it comes up on the city
On the city
website.
website.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you click, and you find it and you read it. And then you go, wait, where'd it go?
There's so many.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, I like easy just to.
Yeah,
Okay,
but all that information is on the city website and it's on the community, on the website, because I asked about it last year too, and I'm going like, where's the pool information? I'm not finding the pool. And she goes, it's right here. Yeah.
and I have a question, are we able to bring, I don't know, like insurance and all that stuff, but are we able to bring the NFL flag football here?
Yes.
Cause it seems that my son is in it in Prosser, and all the coaches and the kids are from Sunnyside. And we're all paying, I think it's like $60 or $80 because we're not Prosser residents. So I thought, well, that would be really good to have here at the community center. Majority of the kids and the coaches are from Sunnyside. There's probably a few that are not, but majority is, so I thought that would be a really good thing. I know Prosser's, they're already on Saturday is the Super Bowl, so instead of colliding with them and colliding with the flag football that is with, and it's not called good kids, but with them, maybe we could do like a summer flag football. Cause I know a lot of times the kids, they like to do that because they get a cool jersey, they get flags, they do a whole Super Bowl. And I know a lot of the coaches, they wouldn't mind coaching a team here.
Well, that would be a program for Parks and Rec, right? So, again, the volunteerism would be the big time,
Yeah.
So,
I can look at it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the what's the cost or what, all that stuff, but I just kind of noticed that a lot of the kids, so I thought, well, that would be really good if we can bring it here
Yeah.
and do it maybe in the summertime. I know Mary has the T-ball, so it might be a lot, or maybe plan it in a different time.
yeah, because I know I got great grandsons that play over there too, and it's $60 a shot. That's kind of hard. I'm going like, I tell my granddaughter, I go, why Prosser? Or why Grandview, and she goes, well, because, and I'm like, whatever.
So
It'll be
getting
the
back,
same amount. It'll be the same.
getting back to this click, trying to find, have we ever thought about doing a QR code? Where, it comes up and you can just put your phone, hit it, and then it brings up,
On the website,
yeah.
I didn't think so, but I mean, I can look into
But
it.
it comes up on the website and they can just, with that code, the QR code, they can just hit it. And it bypasses all the clicking around and just boom, there it is. I don't know, that's something that we can look at.
Yeah, I know like now at the high school, they do a lot of QR codes, so you wanna run for class president, you scan the QR code and then all the kids, really easy, you just fill out the stuff. The same for dance team or cheer, like if you wanna sign up for the sport, it's just click the QR code, so it might be a little bit easier for
And do you need help? I can create those for you.
Hope to see, because our QR code will intertwine with Express. Pretty sure. That's where the payment goes. It's Express.
You have to use Express? I just don't know how they work, so.
To take anything over online, yes.
Oh,
Here, I mean, we take it in. But everything online will be Express, because we don't have any other form of payment. Or the way to take it, everything is on this our Express.
Or maybe that's something we can look and see what.
All right.
okay.
And who would we take that QR code question to? Would that be to Jackie or?
I'll take it to, okay. Or I'll take it to finance and.
Next is items from staff members. And then it says A, so then that be Mary, this is pool update.
I'm all talked about. So, pretty much full update. Our pool house is pretty much done. Lockers, floors, were all repainted. I think they look great. I have a few pictures on my phone, but nothing crazy. And, we did talk to, we got the fencing going. Andrew has quotes, or not quotes, he's already called a few people and he got one quote back. One was 25,000.
Wow.
And
So-
then
Go ahead. I have-
that's the full house, and the mural should be getting started probably next week. For the mechanical side. So that side's gonna get painted as well, just one solid color with one with the walls being painted that pitch or that sharp to show that. And they're gonna do the inside as well, inside the fence, so the whole building's gonna.
So it'd be color coordinated with the new
Full
house.
house, yep. Mhm.
So were you able to, or was Chase able to put on the championships of when?
I sent an email to Stephanie and to Lexi. I haven't got a response back on those, so I don't have dates. He wasn't opposed to it, but without any dates or anything.
Yeah, because I suggested, because she showed me a picture of the shark, it looks really cool on there, right? And we're the same size sharks, but there's a big open space. My suggestion was to put our winning years on it. So that way they can see the progress that we've made and hopefully they're going like, hey, they won this time, maybe we should join, you know?
I just left it on the locker.
Let's see what offers. They're not yellow no more?
Now yellow.
Yes.
On the mural, you were gonna check with Chase to see if he was gonna put some type of a.
Coach, he is,
Coach, so
just
that
on the
it's
mural
like-
side. Yep, just the mural,
So that he just put the
Good
mural.
job,
just the
Andrew.
mural. Yep, it's gonna cost too much to do the whole building.
So what's the mural cost?
I don't have that. The whole building?
No, just the mural that Chase is gonna pitch us.
Oh, I don't have that breakdown. I
Was it
didn't print
that?
that part.
From last week?
No, it's a shark.
Oh.
And that money's coming, where's that money coming from?
The full,
From general fund or?
no, it's coming from the ARPA,
out of
The pool
ARPA
ARPA.
fund money? Or from the pool?
the full ARPA.
Nicer than before.
It looks good. It looks real good.
Look, so much. Cool.
And what, you talked a little bit about the fencing, so is there any, no, we're just waiting for bids to come through, is there anything else hanging up on this fencing, or is it just bids?
Right now, it's just the bids coming in.
And again, and for what little bit is being pushed out. 25, you know, you had mentioned 25,000 roughly. I mean, why is?
We have to remember that we're the city and we don't get like. We get prevailing wage on everything that we go for.
So is that,
So everything's gonna be double than what you would at your own house get a price for.
so digging the holes, setting the posts, putting the fence, is that something that Public Works can do?
I cannot do that.
Yeah, it's already, I mean, yeah, because right now it's busy as it is with everything else that's going on with parks.
But is that something that down the road, is that something that the city workers could do a fence later on wherever?
No, because we also don't have the equipment to stretch a fence and have it secured properly like we want for a pole. These guys are professionals. They have the right equipment to stretch that out. I don't know if you've ever pulled that kind of a fence, but you need proper things to pull it properly and do it right. When you think about price too, again, you're gonna take city employees at certain wages that never done something like that. The hours are gonna spend and the equipment and the time, and then off of something else. Probably is gonna take 3 times longer than the professionals that come and do it with the right equipment. Get it done, and it's done. I mean, there's value to that, but there's also, it's going to take you away from something else. In order to do it right. We're also talking about trying to get it as fast as we can because of the season. Yeah.
So is everybody aware though what they're looking at doing behind the slide, pushing it out and stuff? Just want to make sure that we're, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but I just.
And so just to give you everybody here as a board, the first stage was obviously to get, even though it's a city park, there is easements that SBID has there that prevent certain work to take over their certain easement because they have a huge under drain that's going, actually it's the JD 33.4, which is a huge joint ditch that is bringing water from the north of Sunnyside going through there, and it keeps going down, eventually makes it the Yakima River. But, so anyways, we still need to get a permit in order to work within that right away, just like the railroad. It's in the city limits, but we can't work in there. Anything we do, we need to get a permit. So therefore, that was the first part of that. We met with SBID, they gave us the okay, we had to fill out a permit. They, that got turned in, that then was taken to council because then it was something that we could do. Council approved that for part of ARPA funds to extend that. Then the next step was to go over the extension, which we went out there, measured, everything SBID approved. At that point, then it was put it out for bids. Once you put it out for bids, again, now you're also at the mercy of the contractor to be able to come out to, and then gather their numbers and provide a quote. Once we gather all those that are, we need to gather, then we obviously will pick one. Whoever we pick, because of, where the price came in, then now we're also gonna have to work on their schedule and see what they have going on and when they can fit us in their schedule, and then going forward from there.
Yeah.
At that point, then it's also, them coming in and putting some locates out there, giving her enough time for anything that might be underground that needs to be located, bringing in their equipment, obviously depending whether the pool's already open, planning how we're gonna work through that. Because once you have children around and then the safety of that, or is it something that's gonna have to wait until after the pool season? We don't know those details, but these are things that are going to be challenges.
Can any contractor apply, put the bid in, anybody as a contractor? May it have to be a special contractor or?
Well, it would be contractors that are in the MRSC program that are registered as contractors that do that kind of work. Yeah, so that's the update on it.
I totally agree. Been there, done that. All right.
Here, do you have anything for T-ball and Coach Pick?
Just an update on T-ball. So T-ball, we had a total of, we had 11 teams, but we didn't have another coach. So the 10 coaches that I did have just decided to pick up, an extra kid on on each one, so now we have a total of 10. Coach pitch, I opened it back up again. We only have 2 teams. So I opened it up. I'm gonna open it up till Monday. I was gonna do till Friday, but I'm gonna open it up till Monday, give it the whole weekend to see if we can get at least another 1 or 2 more teams signed up for that. But I'm not gonna cancel it. The 2 coaches that have the teams, they wanna play. Whether it's 1 time a week or even if they do the 2, they want to play. So I'm not gonna cancel it.
Sorry, I don't know about baseball, but what's the difference between coach pitch and T-ball?
The people's off, yeah, it's the age and then.
Like, what's the difference?
The coach is actually pitching to the kids.
Oh, okay. Now I was confused.
So, yeah,
And then for the coach pitch, is it on the Facebook?
it's on the Facebook.
Okay. That way maybe like. if
And I
whoever has
shared it,
Facebook
I
can share it.
reached out to Jessica again and asked her if they were able to share it. I emailed it to her, so.
Yeah, cause I know like we have the parent square and so I'll get the updates like for the McDonald's night, they have the flyer. So I know a lot of times the schools don't send home like the paper, it's all now.
Yeah.
And the app.
Yeah.
Which is nice, cause then it reminds you.
But the McDonald's, yeah, and it's their event, so,
Mhm.
you know, they'll share it. She was nice enough though, she did share the life jacket one. So she got that one, so I'm hoping, you know. People or the coach pitch one, she'll
I
share.
know the life jacket was yesterday, right? So.
I do have more. I
Oh.
did reach out to, the gentleman that sent them over and he said just to hand them out as.
And I wanted to come, but it was the boys soccer state.
Oh,
So I wanted to go to that too.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have soccer mentioned in there.
Question on T-ball. So how does the equipment get checked? Does it get checked out to the coach?
Yep.
For the
Yep.
whole
And they
time and
sign
then
it.
it gets checked back
Yep.
in?
They sign a paper saying what they took, how many stats, how many helmets, the balls, the bases,
And how many teams did we have last year?
10.
And we're having how many teams this year?
10.
And you're buying some new equipment?
I bought some because I thought we'd have more teams since we had 120 turnout. So just because if I didn't get some now and we did go over the 10, then we would be backed up. So I just bought 5 more just in case, just
Five more back.
5 more teams of everything,
Of everything.
teams,
Oh, everything.
bats.
So that it's a whole
20.
package thing. when you
Mhm.
buy it.
When you, yeah.
And boy,
Did you have any comments from our visitors?
Vicky, you got anything to say?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, any of you guys got anything to say?
No, nothing to add right now. Thank you.
I just want to let the whole board know, so speaking, going back to the pool fence, as obviously the next board meeting is gonna come. At that point, we'll update the whole board on where we're at. By that time, hopefully, we've already had all the quotes in, we know who, maybe what contractor we picked, maybe a start date, whatever that is, we'll let the whole board know at that time, so. I mean, there's that.
Sounds good. to me.
Anybody have?
I have a few things. So just a reminder, the Key United Amigos Key lunch meeting is scheduled for May 31st. If you did not receive an invite to register, please let me know and I can forward it to you. The Key Leader Luncheon is where Evaristo will be giving his testimony. And then, of course, community key leaders will be there and it's just gonna be a good place to come together.
Where is this at, Perla?
It's gonna be at the Lincoln School Gymnasium,
Yeah.
Which?
the Lincoln Gymnasium.
Oh, so it's the school district office, but Lincoln.
Oh, what day though?
May 31st at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so I can put it on my calendar.
Now I can send you, because you guys need to register and you'll get a little fancy ticket.
I registered.
Yay, okay, I will send it to you. I sent you one, I sent it to you. I sent it to both of you. So I will send it again, Sherry,
Okay.
Raul, Mary, and Andrew. Anyone else need one?
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun. It is fun, and it's free food. And then, so. You get free food. When did it get? At 11. I believe El Conquistador is catering, so. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I believe we'll have the school mariachi if everything plans out. We're still in the planning stages, but yeah, so just a reminder about that. And then Sunnyside Events Committee is bringing back the Kids Parade. It used to be called the Kiwanis Parade, and now we don't have the rights to call it Kiwanis because there is no Kiwanis here in Sunnyside. So we're just calling it for now Sunnyside Kids Parade. We might call it Kids Parade, Summer Kids. We're still in the naming phases. But that is scheduled for June 1st. And then there's gonna be Banner Bank is going to donate 250 paletas, and La Norteña is donating another 50 for the first, 200 paletas and donated 50 for the first 250 kids. And then there's gonna be a few bikes donated from the community, so there's gonna be a chance to win a free bike. And there will be some kid vendor booths set up. So, yeah,
That's cool.
that's June 1st at 11 a.m. Or is it 10?
No, 10 a.m.'s registration.
10 a.m. is registration, so
Gotta be
11
there.
a.m. Oh, you have the flyer right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So come on out. And yeah, other than that, I believe that's all I have for now.
So also for Parks and Rec, Mary has given the volunteer coaches this information also to see if the T-ball teams want to be a part of that. So like Monday, the 20th, I'm having a meet and greet with our team, and I'm gonna present this to them, see if they want to get together and walk in uniform or something, or do something to be in the kids parade. Cause it's fun. I had lots of kids win prizes, like just since my husband passed, we've been cleaning house, whatever, and I found this newspaper article sealed in plastic. It was my granddaughter Stevie Jo, who's 27 now. She won first place in a little pink car. So I had to go give that to her. She's going like, oh.
Cute.
Brayden, do you have anything? Please go.
Well, I have a lot of information that I can take to the high school right now. Anyone has any flyers or information that needs to be sent to high school for volunteer activities? I can definitely take that over. I can't guarantee that, many people will, be able to enroll into these activities.
Right.
But I can guarantee that they're gonna have this information, and I've also been included my replacement still for next year. So would I be able to bring that person to the meeting next month?
Oh, yeah. I would say yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's about it.
Does that person meet us crazy people?
Mike, do you have anything?
Yeah, last month I had asked Mary, she was gonna check into if we had any, scholarships for the general public use for the pool and for summer programs. You're gonna get back and you're gonna
For
check
the
in.
scholarships, right? I
Scholarship.
haven't had a chance to talk to Jamie, so.
For pool or for swim?
For pool, no, for pool, public pool,
Uh-huh.
and then for summer camp that, summer activities that go on.
I know last year we did have for the summer camp. The scholarship.
But if you can maybe check in to that on the pool and then maybe just send me an email. And then,
For the scholarship for the pool, are
well, I
you
mean, for like, if say a child can't afford to go swim.
for
or
$2, for the $2, $3,
Yeah.
or?
I mean, whatever the general fund, the cost to get in the pool in the past, have we done?
I don't think they've done it for admission.
Cause there's.
I think it was only for swim team.
Yeah, I'm talking just the general public.
Yeah, I don't think they did it. I can ask though.
Okay. Since no one mentioned soccer fields, I guess I will. Kiwanis Park and South Hill Park out there. Can those be utilized for soccer fields?
I don't see why not.
Cause I mean, Kiwanis Park is just a big open space and all they do is mow with water. And South Hill Park out here is the same situation. All they do is mow with water. Anything past so far, nobody uses it. I'm not around that much to see. But I mean, cause we were in the last meeting, everybody was just questioning about soccer fields. We have the one out there at the out of
Sunnyvale?
town. And then, you know, we have Kiwanis, we have this, so there's more fields than that. So I was just checking to see if there's what's the steps to make it into a soccer field? And then second is that the city takes the goalposts and stuff out when somebody rents for a soccer field out there at the park out in the country, right? So why can't we keep the goalposts there, but then have them come in and check out a net and say, okay, it costs this much to check the net out, and then just leave the post out, because I'm sure, like we heard earlier, that the city public works people are so busy with different things. I mean, they have to haul this back and forth. The school district leaves their goalposts out there with no net. Why can't we leave the goalposts out there? And then if they want a net to come in and they have to check out a net, if it's a team, you know, if it's a team deal, you know, that everybody's using the school district for, then they would probably want a net, so they can come in and check out a net. So, okay, this is what our schedule is, so we're aware of it. But right now, it's just sitting there. So that's why I didn't know what it would take to get those two areas put together for soccer.
Yes. I have a, can I add to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Mike, thank you so much for bringing that up. I can't believe it like went over my head. Is there a way to like map out the different like areas or like existing fields and maybe other areas like Mike brought up where like the possibility of developing a soccer field? We were in council, not this last Monday, but the previous Monday, where many community members came out asking the community and council in particular to support the development of more soccer fields, because right now the existing soccer teams that there are for the youth are running out of space given how much need there is now for soccer. And I know the last time when Trevor was doing the presentation around the pump track, many of you in the room asked about soccer too. So soccer definitely is something that's very popular in our community. And I know that other council members are very are willing to try to work a plan out with community members, but we need to identify where there are existing fields, and then maybe other parts of within the community where we can invest in developing more soccer fields. So Mike, did you say Kiwanis Park?
Yeah.
Because Kiwanis Park's got a big field.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
they
south-
used to
south-
play the flag football and stuff on there.
Yeah,
When Parks and Rec was really popular and we had lots of teams and stuff.
but we have two parks that are very easy to turn into fields.
I feel like there needs to be like a plan, because everybody's so passionate about this, but I feel like we need to start like putting pen to paper and like a plan, and maybe identifying different spaces where we can start working with council or the city to begin developing and investing more in that, right? And part of that is gonna have to be looking for resources. Part of that is going to be asking, figuring out a way to keep those goalposts up and not having to take them down. I know there's a fee associated for community members that want to rent out. And maybe this is where these scholarships come into play, because sometimes these youth don't have $30 to rent out these equipment. And we have to be mindful of that. You know, $30 to me might not be a lot, but $30 to my neighbor might be, you know, a whole lunch, you know, and so we have to be, you know, we have to be mindful that there are fees associated to this, but we want to make things as accessible as we can. But we have to start developing a plan to get there. And I initially thought, what about like mapping something out and just kind of laying out where we can start, what we can start like identifying, like Kiwanis Park is one, but you know, where are other locations? I know, what's that other one by the police station?
You know,
I'm
now,
Yeah, thank you.